Hey, how's it going, guys? TND coming back at you. This week saw the release of the Grandmaster variant of the 12-man Excision activity, and it got me thinking about something that's been on my mind for quite a while in Destiny 2, and that is the idea of Bungie adding in 12-player raids to the game at some point. Now, it's been over 3 years since the Join Players glitch in Season of the Chosen allowed teams to get 12 players into a single raid instance. With all of the outpouring of support back then, as well as now with the new GM Excision activity, I think this is something that we could totally see in the future for the franchise. Now, the future of raiding in general is up in the air right now. We currently have no announcement of when the next raid is coming, whether that is a new one or a reprised raid. This break in new raids could be just the thing Bungie needs to really develop a system catered to the 12-man raiding experience. Because yeah, there would need to be some major changes made to the way raids in general operate in order to make them compelling for the overall player base. Now, the obvious parallel to raids in Destiny is what we see in endgame group activities in traditional MMORPGs. However, the big difference with those in comparison to Destiny is the lack of a true tank healer DPS system like classic MMOs have. Now, my main game back when I was in college was Star Wars The Old Republic, which is basically World of Warcraft but for Star Wars. It's a great game if you're in MMOs. My main class to use back then was the Scoundrel Healer, and my main job in most fights was just to keep the tank alive. Now, that game raids were called operations, and they came in 8-player and 16-player variants, with each group of 8 consisting of 1 tank, 1 healer, and 6 DPS players. The 8 and 16-player versions of those activities didn't really differ much outside of bosses having way more health than the 16-player version. So that's the first issue Destiny would have to overcome, is that Destiny 2 does not have classes that fit into those rigid archetypes. At least, not yet they don't. The final shape has more than ever revealed Hunters to be the dominant class in regards to overall damage in the game, and this expansion has also more than ever boosted Warlocks as the main support and healer class. Titans? Well, Titans are kind of left without a role currently. I'm sure you can see that the solution there is clear. Titans are the tanks. Destiny 2 just doesn't have a lot of activities where tank characters are required right now. There's no aggro/taunting system either, so even if you had a Titan class built all around damage reduction, they'd still need a method of pulling damage away from other players the way the true MMO tanks do. And that's where the 12-man raid experience in Destiny could really excel, in my opinion, by combining the best part of Destiny raids with the best parts of classic MMO raiding. Imagine if while you were doing encounter mechanics, you also had to designate a part of your team to hit a specific damage threshold on the boss, or maybe in order to get to witness DPS, you needed to take down 2 huge subjugators, and if you didn't have a player tanking both of their attacks, then the whole team would get suspended or frozen. There's a lot of cool options here, and I think there's tons of potential with this idea going forward overall. Let me know in the comments, would you want to see 12-player raids come to Destiny 2? Oh, and if you want to see the absolute best support Warlock build in the final shape, then check out this video right here.